radio station. Info Radio. Inspire, educate, and motivate the youth.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Info Radio, and this is your 10 minutes with Owzie. In studio today, we have our very own Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Tell us about yourself.
My name is Chris. I'm from IOSystems here in Port Elizabeth. I grew up on a small farm town in Burgersdorp. Studied in PE, started a business in PE, so I'm proudly Eastern Cape. And yeah, I don't know what else you want to know.
What's your surname?
My surname's Grobler.
Are you married?
Yes, married to a fantastic lady, Christine. Got a beautiful son. He's 21 months now, and my wife's pregnant with our second one. I'm hoping for another boy so I can have a fly-off and an inside center in a couple of years.
Are you from PE, Chris?
I was born in Oshakati in Namibia, and my mom and my dad moved to South Africa shortly after 1990. And we moved quite a bit. My dad's a police officer, so they say policemen have broken furniture and kids who don't do quite well at school because all of them moving. And we settled in Burgersdorp for a couple of years, and they were transferred back to PE, and that's how I ended up studying in PE and working in PE.
Okay, so let's talk about your business. Like, what's it called?
Our company is called Intelligent Output Systems, IOSystems for short. A lot of people think it's 10 systems or IQ systems. Mm-hmm. We play in a wide area in ICT. We do everything from bespoke software, mobile apps. We do CCTV security systems, RFID asset management systems, and also biometric systems. And then we also put a lot of emphasis on in-house research and development, where we play with new technologies. We look at emerging markets that we can enter into, and that in a nutshell is really what we do.
And how did you get this business of yours started up?
It's quite an interesting story. I worked in corporate for a number of years, and one day I literally woke up and I decided I was tired of corporate and bureaucracy and head offices and so on, and I wanted to start something that I could almost impart my vision into. And the company started with literally 7,000 Rand I had left in my checking account, which was a Zuko, I see you smiling. It was a very nerve-wracking thing because I had a car to pay, a bond to pay, medical aid to pay. So I knew that when I was going to take this plunge, it had to work immediately. So my first plan of action was to have some business cards printed and flyers printed. I looked at all the various areas in PE, and I decided to engage the Govan Mbeki area first. My mom worked at the new law courts there in Govan Mbeki, so I parked my bakkie there, got out and literally walked the entire Govan Mbeki up and down, knocking on doors, literally going into businesses, being told they're not interested quite a bit. But I was fortunate, the one client I saw that day wanted his network redone and wanted a website. And that was really our first big contract. And we subsequently deployed a good network there. We did an excellent website for them that's still running today. And we ended up doing an equipment management system for them and various other software solutions. And that company, Extreme Scaffolding, really started that for us, started the business. It gave me that little bit of capital to market more and get the business going. And then, we were very blessed with getting additional clients, a lot of referrals from our clients. We did some research and developments, a big passion of mine. And every contract we got in, I put a certain percentage of the profits into research and development. And that's when we started developing our RFID solution and our biometric solution. And we were one of the first companies in South Africa to develop a cloud-based biometric solution, which that owners of companies or managers could be in Johannesburg for meetings, but they could see who of their staff arrived late or took too long a lunch and so forth. And from there it just grew.
Wow, Chris, that must have took like a lot of determination and,
to a certain extent, yes. I think anything in life that's worth doing doesn't come easy. And there are testing times, especially if your business is a year or two old and another company comes to offer you a job and so on. There's a lot of temptations. But I think the same with you guys. you can go and work for another radio station, but ultimately another radio station is going to allow you to run with your vision. And that's always been my driver, is to build something with my vision. And then again, I've been very fortunate to have fantastic people around me. You know, a lot of good acquaintances, a lot of good business acquaintances, and the staff that I've had from day one has been phenomenal. So it takes more than just me to make a business successful. You know, I can give the vision, I can give the direction, but ultimately it comes down to the people you surround yourself with that carry that company and that takes it forward. And I think that's where I've been extremely fortunate.
Okay, Chris, and tell us more about your bespoke applications.
Well, bespoke applications is a major part of our business. Currently, if we look at our turnover, our annual turnover, it's about 70% of our turnover per year. And bespoke applications is really where a client will require a certain specific solution for their business. An example of that would be we developed a production system, production management system for a large company based in Struendale. And they have a very unique production process. And they had a lot of stock being missed and stock counts not being accurate, and the engineering process not being accurate and being slow and inefficient. And we basically went in there, they presented their production process to us, presented their inputs and outputs to us, and we designed a system that specifically manages and tracks the efficiency and the outputs and inputs of their production system. So a bespoke application is literally, you come to me with your problem, we design a solution, we make your business better.
Okay, cool. And the RFID systems, how does that work?
RFID Systems, RFID stands for, it's an acronym for radio frequency identification. And that works on a very small microchip that can be embedded in a livestock ear tag, can be embedded in a very small tag that goes against your computer. And we then install RFID scanners, either static scanners or handheld scanners, that you can track your assets. So if you want to know who took this PC out of the office this weekend, if Zuko takes it, it says that he's going to exit the office, and as he walks past, the scanner will automatically pick up that Yolanova has left the office and he came back on Monday. We started the RFID system, funny enough, for livestock, for farms, where we designed a system where a farmer can track his milking cows. When they come into the milking stall to see in which group is this cow allocated to, how much milk does she produce, is she pregnant, does she need to see a vet, is she on antibiotics, and that really gives a business owner real power when it comes to asset management. And that's in a nutshell. Again, it's a bit more technical than that, but it gets down to that.
Okay, Chris, and I heard you say something about the biometric system. Like, tell us more about that one.
The biometric systems, we have started off with a staff time and attendance system where you can see who comes to work on time, who comes to work late, who takes the tea times and lunch times you can manage. So essentially we literally track someone's working times to the second. And to take it even further, you can put in that someone's hourly wage is 10 Rand an hour, for argument's sake. And if that person comes to work at 8:10, he doesn't get paid from 8 to 9. He gets paid from 11 minutes past 8 to 9 o'clock. So which means over a month, if you've got 10 staff members and each person steals, in inverted commas, 10 minutes a day, you work out how much money you lose. And then extrapolate that to a financial year. So we ensure that companies have the ability to successfully track overtime and working times, and that integrates in with payroll systems. And then we also did an access control system which allows you to give access to certain staff members within your facility, and it also tracks who attempted to log into an area in the facility that's not authorized to, and of course keeps track of who went into which area in the facility at what times. And all of that is freely available on a access controlled web portal where you have to use user credentials to log into. So it's really information at your fingertips.
Hectic, so no taking long hours for breaks, guys. Need to be on time and everything. And What about your website and branding?
We do quite a bit of website development. We do a lot of branding, business cards, logos, car signage, those type of things. We've got a very good team of designers who will then, a client will come to us and say they've started a business or they want to revamp their corporate identity. We will then sit with them and ascertain exactly what their requirements are. We will design a corporate identity for them, and from there the website will be designed. And we base that on CMS technology quite a bit to give our clients the opportunity and the accessibility to update and manage their own websites. But of course we also offer that as a service where clients will send us their monthly updates and we do it for the client itself.
Okay, and your mobile application, is that for like smartphone users like me or for big companies like iPhone and stuff?
That's an excellent question, and I actually had a meeting with my team about it earlier this week. We have, since inception of the company, been predominantly bespoke application providers, where a client will come to us, for instance, your company, and say you need a radio station applet, and we will develop that for smart devices. And again, it's been fantastic business for us. It's been 70% of our revenue. But I think and I believe the right direction to go into now is mass consumption, is volume. So we are now at this point realigning the company, not doing away with bespoke applications, but acquiring additional human resources and equipment to aggressively expand our consumer-based applications. So yes, it could be for you either as a business owner, or it could be for you just as a consumer. So we really want to play in both spaces at this point in time.
Okay, and tell us about your CCTV package. Like, how does that work? Do you guys just install CCTVs, or what exactly do you do?
Yeah, we do the whole thing. So for instance, we service Preston's Liquor Group, the entire Eastern Cape. And to give you an example there, we had to install quite a large system. We laid close to 4.5 kilometers of network cable. So we installed the network itself because our CCTV security systems run on an independent network. So we had to install the network. We had to set up the ADSL connection to ensure that there can be off-site viewing. So if you're sitting at your house or at your other office and you want to see what's happening in your store, you are able to go onto your phone and see what's happening in which area. We also install the cameras ourselves. We set up the permissions ourselves. And so we literally go in from network to deployment to training. We do all of that. And we deploy analog systems, which is your more affordable solution for homes, your high definition cameras, which are for your smaller stores, and of course IP cameras, which is the flagship at this point for your larger stores and retail outlets.
And tell us, Chris, where can we contact you?
Well, firstly, I would not be a very good web developer if I didn't give you my website first. It's www.IOSystems.co.za, and then our landline number is 041-818-4731, and then of course our email address is info@IOSystems.co.za.
Thank you so much, Chris, for being here today.
Thanks, guys. Keep well.
Thanks, guys. Catch us again next week, same time, same place.